Hello, hello! My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. In the last episode, Amelia was sneaking through Chateau Haine in her fancy dress, and we were about to continue on with the heist. Now, I have to tell you something before I continue on with this. I am probably going to sound rather annoyed at points, and that is because I have tried to record this episode once before. I got past all of the bullshit stealth sections and I made it to the vault, and then I encountered a bug. A game-breaking bug. I could not progress with the DLC, and as such, I had to revert to my previous save, which is right here. So I am more than a little bit salty about that. I'm going to explain the bug when I reach the vault. Amelia, don't yell, there are people.
You dropped the pie.
I'm sorry, monsieur. It's all squashed and one of the hounds took a bite of it.
It's really not that bad. Just put it back on the plate and cover it up with some gravy.
How dare! You can't be serving pies that the dogs have had a go at. Oh, when Amelia gets back to Kirkwall, she is giving Chateau Haine a 1-star Yelp review. Ooh, hello. So this is the courtyard. This was where that party was being held, and as you can see, it is now night. All of the guests have gone, which means that I'm sorry, I'm so salty that my mouth has just gone, I don't want to talk. Yes. Because the guests have, obviously filed out, our disappearance must surely have been noted. We are the champion of Kirkwall. We were the person who won the Wyvern hunt. Someone must have noticed that we weren't with all the other guests when the party ended. So we are 100% getting in trouble for this. At some point we are. Okay, no, nothing there.
Quickly, over here.
Tallis just still keeping up with all of the heart attack inducing spawn-ins. Yoink. Thank you kindly. And a library of distinction. It was with no small flair that Duke Prosper de Montfort offered a home to the exiled Esme de Jolie's considerable library of social graces, including the ever-growing volumes of courtly prominence so carefully logged by the dedicated scholars of Her Majesty's intimate circle. It was an act of charity to a former enemy that, while earning a considerable influence, was no small expense of delivery. De Montfort downplayed these elements with customary charm, insisting that he accepted this burden with the increase in status firmly second among his considerations. It is an honour to be honoured when literary lineage is the true benefactor. De Jolie can rest well, knowing that I hold his treasured tomes where none shall harm or read them. If he is allowed to encroach upon Orlesian territory in some distant time, perhaps he can petition to visit them. Oh, I love that. Maybe he can petition to read his own books. Also, I'm not going to apologise for my shitty Orlesian accent. I enjoy doing it. A library of distinction. Notes on the dispensing of the holdings of the disgraced Esme de Jolie, collected and edited by Delcy Voland in service of Duke Prosper de Montfort. Very interesting. Although it was more interesting the first time I read it, game. How dare I was... It's always unfortunate when you encounter a game-breaking bug. Even more so when you have to do annoying stealth sections again, though. Lady Amadine Duval. Lady Amadine Duval arrived at the court of Emperor Corentine aged only 15, and by all accounts took it by storm. Her bright gold hair, expressive eyes, and graceful mannerisms endeared herself to all. The Emperor's sister, Lady Charlotte, wrote, "Little Amadine is a true delight. Such sparkling wit, and oh, those dainty feet flitting across the ballroom. She is spring come upon our tired court." This adoration did not last long, however. Not a year after her arrival, little Amadine became enchanted with a bard who taught her swordplay, amongst other things. Being young and nimble, Amadine took to blades like a fish to water. Seduced by the life of romance and high adventure, she ran away from court dressed as a boy. In the years that followed, Amadine became a sailor, a highway robber, and a courtesan. Once, she was betrothed to the Emperor's cousin. At the age of 44, Amadine entered into a cloister. She remained there till the end of her life and died a penitent. From the Gallery of Knaves, a portrait book compiled by Lady Wilhelmina Bonchance. Lady Amadine sounds cool. I would have partied with her. And over here we have the portrait of the Dowager. Excuse me? The Orlesians have a saying, "You must dance with the Dowager if you want to play the game." To a foreigner, this might sound like some sort of proverb. In fact, Dowager Lady Mantelon has been one of the most influential members of the Imperial Court for over 30 years, and nobody advances in the game without her favour. The rumours surrounding her are many. She was Emperor Florian's mistress, she was Florian's assassin, she placed Empress Celine on the throne, she once killed a rival with only harsh words. She rules Orlais from the shadows. One thing is certain, however. If you must have the best society in Orlais, ask a dance of the Dowager. From A Guide to Good Society by Lady Alcyon. I also spoke about this in the first recording. Dowager Lady Mantelon, she is an interesting character, however her timeline is a little bit screwy because we encounter her in Inquisition. She is at the Winter Palace during Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. However, by the time Inquisition rolls around, she should be dead. She should be really dead in the Masked Empire. I think it's called the Masked Empire. It's the one about Celine, Briala, and Gaspard, and Felisan is in it. I'm pretty sure it's called the Masked Empire. Basically, Lady Mantelon and Empress Celine, they conspired to do something. I can't remember if it was that they conspired to purge the alienage or they conspired to kill a noble. I can't really remember what. Also, the thing about her placing Empress Celine on the throne, that is true at least. Mainly because Lady Mantelon is a member of the Council of Heralds who are responsible for who is the Emperor or Empress. So that rumour, technically true. Yes, so Mantelon and Celine conspired to do something, and Briala's parents were Lady Mantelon's servants. And they overheard the scheme, so after, as I said, it was either a purge or a noble was murdered, one of the two. Afterwards, Lady Mantelon was like, well, we need to clean up some loose ends, and Briala's parents were murdered. And the only reason Briala survived, I believe, is because she was young and she was hiding behind the curtains. Something to that effect. Celine was about... Celine and Briala are of a similar age, but I get the feeling that Celine is a couple of years older. So maybe Briala was like 13, Celine was like 16. Because I was going to say if Briala was 10, then I'd put Celine at being like 13 years old. And I don't think a 13-year-old even an Orlesian 13-year-old would conspire to purge an alienage. That's not a comment on Celine's disposition. That's more a comment on what 13-year-old would be capable of conspiring in such a manner. I don't know, though. And in the Masked Empire, Briala always just kind of thought, oh, my parents were murdered by people who broke into our home, something like that. It was only, you know, as an adult that she realised, oh shit, they were assassinated and Lady Mantelon was responsible for that. So she goes and kills Lady Mantelon. So the Masked Empire takes place a few years at least before the events of Inquisition. So how is she at the ball? The obvious answer is it was an oversight by the game devs. I don't like that. I want an in-world reason, not just like, oh, an oversight by the developers. My best guess, my headcanon rather, Dowager Lady Mantelon is a title in and of itself. So every so often when the previous Dowager Lady Mantelon dies, that title doesn't pass to her next of kin. It passes to another Dowager of the court who is sneaky and very proficient at the game. That's the headcanon I roll with. I like that. And you also have a codex entry. Pride and Rider. An image in oil of the last pure Anderfell stabled at court before the practice of mounted sport fell from favour. This is an absolutely iconic and typical example of the artist. The work preserves the true majesty of a species that, while in abundance on their natural plains, becomes exotic to a people who eschew mountain travel in their daily existence. An ambitious work, often referred to as Pride and Rider, it is part of a series of similarly themed canvases which, for reasons known only to the creator, were labelled "And Went the Griffin." Auction notes for the works of Bouget Pochvides, a catalogue of the foreign and lost dispensed by the holding house of Therin and Whatnot. Therin and Whatnot? Okay. I feel like there's hidden context to that, but I don't understand it. Okay, that was... I don't want to miss out on anything because I'm so salty that I'm having to replay these goddamn stealth sections. Tallis! Tallis, stop doing that, jeez. Okay, who knows? I might get through this quicker. I probably won't. Okay, I'm just gonna use the strategy I employed last time. Noise? Me coming up behind you. Aha, fuck you. Okay, go, and... So here's what we need to do. We need to distract that guy over to there.
I must be hearing things.
And then when he starts walking... There we go. Round the back. Yoink. And then... Risk it for a biscuit.
10 hours in this armor, man's gonna pass out. That's my bloody story.
Good for you, sir! Good for you! Okay, now then we want to get him over there. Don't.
What was that scrabbling noise?
Okay, go. Yoink. Thank you. And round this way. Quickly. Oh! Fuck you!
No harm done.
How dare you, sir? Still, at least this should be easier now because I don't think we lose the loot that we've grabbed, so...
What was that?
And... Night. There we go. Excuse me. Let me just check. Yeah, okay, that's good. Now then, we still want to use the exact same strategy. I'm telling you, it's good. Just get this guy over here.
What was that?
And then we wait for him to go.
I must be hearing things.
Quickly, quickly, quickly. Okay. Yeah, and there's... Yeah, we grabbed that. Okay, so we need to wait for this to respawn, because we chuck that, he looks over that way, at which point we can knock this guy out, grab the health potion, he has a key on him, and then these two should sync up, at which point we just wait for them to go across, and then we head into the room. Okay.
Oh, my head. What was that about?
Oh, sir, I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry in the slightest. There we go. Oh, they didn't sync up. Oh, no.
What was that?
Okay, and... quickly. Thank you. Excuse me, would like... Okay, quickly. Go!
Try not to be seen.
Ooh, Jesus! That was lucky.
In this armor, a man's gonna pass out. That's my bloody story.
Good for you, sir. Good for you. Okay. Okay, at least that didn't take me quite as... Excuse me, I am trying to speak. At least that didn't take me as long as it did the first go around. That's pretty good. Okay. And yoink. Excuse me. Lovely. And yep, there we go. Here we have the door to the vault.
It's never as easy as it seems, is it?
I swear I didn't know. There must be some sort of switch.
Switch party members. And because I've done this once before, very recently, I know exactly what I'm doing. No. Okay, there. There we go, and everyone can hold, and you... get that. Also, before I forget, I am putting in a save because I am not dealing with that bug again. I swear to God. If it happens again, I will cry. Basically, what happened was I went up, kicked the things. You'll see what I mean. You know, Tallis went up there, kicked the statue over there, and then I went and stood on these, which opened up the doors to the vault. I then was like, hold up, there are chests with loot. So I went back, did these, at which point the portcullis came down. And stepping on them as Amelia and Tallis wouldn't cause them to open. And nothing I did, I went through, I did the whole like, okay, we'll stand on these again, and then stand on them. Nothing I did would cause the portcullis to open. I was completely stuck. There was nothing I could do to progress the game. So that word of advice for anyone playing this along with me, don't, once you've done that, go immediately for the chest. Don't go for them. It locks you out. Okay, there we go. And Tallis. You go there. Forwards. And kick it. And Tallis, if you could do the same. Okay, good stuff. Oh. Okay, and... there we go. Okay. I'm umming and ahhing because I'm like... Excuse me. Please let me out. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so those did open up. Good stuff. Yeah, ignore them. Go for these. Now then, if I remember correctly... There we go. Okay. And there. Okay. Now then, the chest. Yoink, and the feather.
Feathers. Well, Anders can always use those. I swear that man molts in the spring.
Oh, Anders. Anders, that's adorable. And you can... You go on there. You go... Here. Okay, now then let's do this side. Oh, no. On the thing. There we go. Okay. I also had trouble accessing this chest for some reason. Like, it wouldn't open. This is... Give me a minute. Yeah, there. We can grab it from afar. But for some reason, maybe... No, that's not it either. What do you want? Also, the amulets are for, Fenris? I believe, depending on which companions you take. As you can see, for Anders, we have the mission to collect feathers. For Varric, we're collecting, Hard in Hightown 2, even harder. What are you after? You know what? I'm gonna pause right here and I'm gonna look up, you know, just on the internet to see if there's, you know, some specific trick to accessing this chest. Be right back. Okay, so according to the internet, this is how you get around that. Apparently you need to have someone stood in front of the other chest. Let's see. There we go. Alrighty then, good stuff. And that opened up the portcullis to the vault. Also, hello. Excuse? Yeah, I already looted that. What are you talking about, game? Okay, yeah, everyone can move freely. I was like, do I have time? I've got 7 minutes left on my timer. I'm pretty sure this leads into a really long cutscene, though. So you know what? I'm going to end off this episode right here. In the next one, we enter the vault proper. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below. And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.